Hello. Welcome to the commodity brokerage office of Churnham and Burnham. My name is Taylor, but Taylor is kind of girly, so I made up the name Hoss for myself.
Oh, like Hoss on Bonanza.
Huh?
Bonanza. You know, the greatest TV show ever.
Never heard of it. What can I do for you today?
My banker says I have to hedge my cattle and referred me to your office.
Who is your banker?
Fred over at Second National State Bank in Sauer, Germantown.
Oh, yeah. Fred and I are drinking buddies. I buy him enough booze to make him forget his wife every Thursday, and he sends me his customers. It's a sweet arrangement.
I see. How old are you, Taylor?
My name is Hoss and I am 25. I just got out of school last year.
Oh, so I assume you have a master's.
No. A bachelor's.
Were you in the military?
No. It just takes 6.5 years to get a degree when you are drunk most of the time.
Your mother must be very proud. Listen, Taylor. I'm not very comfortable.
Hoss. My name is Hoss.
Right. Hoss. Look, Hoss, I am not very comfortable with the idea of hedging. Especially right now. It seems very risky to me.
It's not risky. Hedging is managing risk.
Well, that's what I keep hearing people say, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I am a licensed broker, so I am an expert. I had to take a very difficult licensing exam. It was so hard that it took me 4 tries to pass it. I mean, it was multiple choice, and there were like 4 choices for every question, and for some of them I even had to do math. It really sucked. And the true or false questions were really hard. One of them was like true or false. It is ethical to put your personal day trades in a customer's account if they don't make money. It was brutal. And the part on options, I was just totally guessing. Thank goodness there were only like 3 questions about options.
I don't think you should have just told me that last part, Hoss.
It doesn't matter. Options are hard, so we really don't do many in this office. Futures are way better.
But futures are more risky, right?
You're not wimping out on me, are you?
I don't think it is a matter of wimping out. I just have serious concerns about being short the cattle market while inflation is happening. Common sense tells me that shorting a market that is inflating doesn't make any sense. I can't understand why Fred the banker insists that I do it.
It's all about risk management. You have to manage your risk. The only way you can make money on cattle is to manage your risk by hedging your inventory in the futures market.
But how is it managing my risk to be short in an inflating market?
Because you are locking in your sale price. Minus basis, of course. I learned that in college. Basis.
But why would I lock in my sale price if the dollar is devaluing and the market is going up?
Because locking in your sale price is managing risk.
Okay. You keep saying that, Hoss, but I don't think that you are really thinking about what your words mean. I think you are just repeating a slogan that you have been taught. I really don't think that being short in an inflating market makes any sense or is managing my risk.
You clearly don't understand hedging.
Well, I know that if I am short and the market goes up that I will have to pay margin calls. Right?
Right.
And the more the dollar devalues and prices inflate, the more cash I am going to have to deposit in my account. Right?
Right.
And I can tell by simply reading the news that as long as Obama is in office that this economic collapse will likely continue, right?
Obama is awesome. He's like the smartest president ever. Check it. This economic stuff? He's totally got this. He is just trying to undo the mess that Hitler made.
Okay, Hoss. Regardless of whose fault it is, if the inflation continues, which it seems likely that it will, being short-hedged is only going to cost me money unnecessarily.
The market is so high right now that you just have to lock in your sell price. Besides, I don't think this rally is about inflation. The Federal Reserve says there is no inflation. I think this rally is just due to strong beef demand like in the late 90s.
Are you out of your mind? We are in a depression. Common sense should tell you that high prices occurring in the midst of a depression with 20% real unemployment must be due to inflation.
And supplies are tight too. Or something.
Really? Supplies are tight enough to cause the price of cattle to inflate 30% in the last 5 months.
Yeah. You have to get hedged up. You have to manage your risk. Come over here and you can fill out account forms online. We can get your positions on before the close today if you hurry.
I'm not filling out any account forms. I still am very uncomfortable with this. It just seems to me that if inflation is happening that I should leave the top side of the market open and that hedging would be the worst thing I could do.
No. Hedging and managing your risk is the best thing you can do.
But think it through, Haas. Isn't short hedging the same thing as selling my cattle on a forward delivery contract? Why would I want to sell my cash commodity which is protecting me from the inflation? Why would I want to essentially convert my cattle into cash? Cash is what is deflating. Cash is losing its buying power. Why would I want to liquidate my commodity inventory on paper and return to a pure cash position?
But you would still own the cattle. They would still be on your ranch.
Yes, but all of the benefit of owning the cattle would be offset by having to pay the margin calls as the market continues to inflate. The short hedge would cancel out the cattle themselves. I would be in the same position as if I liquidated the cattle and was sitting on cash in the bank.
You would be locking in a margin.
No. I would be committing financial suicide.
No, because you would still own the cattle. When you go to sell them this summer, you will receive full market price for them.
Yes, but when I go to buy back their replacements in the higher, inflated market later this summer, I will only have the buying power of today. By having to pay margin calls beginning today, I would be locking in today's dollar value and today's buying power. If the inflation continues, when we get to the summer I will have far less wealth and buying power because I will have sent the amount of inflation to Chicago in the form of margin calls. I will be trying to replace my inventory and stay in business with significantly less wealth.
You lost me, lady. All I know is that you need to manage your risk, lock in a margin and hedge your cattle. Fred at the bank insists.
Well then Fred is going to lose a customer. Surely you must understand what I am saying. Surely you must be making lots of margin calls lately.
I make the secretaries make the margin calls. I don't worry about margin calls because they are just part of the business.
I'm glad you can be so cavalier about other people's money.
You have to be in this business. Look, are you going to fill out account forms or not?
I don't think so. I'm not comfortable with this at all. It just doesn't seem right. What about buying puts? Couldn't I just buy some puts to put a floor under the market and make Fred the banker happy?
Puts are hard and expensive. I don't really understand them that well. Futures are better. Tell you what. I have a special system that I have developed that gives entry and exit signals. We could sell the futures and then put a stop loss above the market. If the market keeps going up, my system will generate another sell signal. Then we can put a stop on that position. That way you could just keep hedging and stopping out of the market as it rises.
And I assume that you get commission every time I trade in and out of the market.
Yes, but commissions are very reasonable. Only $63 per round turn.
Is that all?
You have to pay for expert service like mine.
I think I am going to take off now, Haas. Thanks for your time.
No, wait. If no one will hedge, how can I generate any commission?
Your income is not my problem. The world does not owe you a living. But here are a couple of hints. If you actually knew what you were talking about and gave me honest advice that was in my best interest, I might remember that and come back and do business with you in the future.
Oh, come on. Fred will be mad if you don't get hedged up. Please come fill out account forms now. I am going to be out of the office for the rest of the week and would rather get this done now.
Where are you going?
I am the guest speaker on hedging and risk management at the Cattlefax seminar in Denver this week.
See you around, Taylor.
My name is Haas.